Hi and welcome to today's session. I'm Kirsty and I'm going to be taking you through today's session. This is a push/press session today, and this is going to be really good for developing functional fitness so that your workout today is going to carry over into your day-to-day life so you can continue to be strong and live a healthy life. So, we're going to get going. You may notice that I've got a couple of sets of weights here with me today. You do not have to use weights for this workout, but if you are at a stage where you want to add some extra resistance to your workout, then I have got a set of 2 kilos that I'm going to use for my lightweight. And I've also got a set of 3 kilos, but you can go up to 4 or 5, or depending on what your strength is, for your medium set of weights, okay? But as I said, you do not need weight. If you don't have weight, that is totally fine. Let's get started then. First exercise we're going to do, all of these exercises we're going to do are push exercises today. So I'm going to explain what that means as we go along. First thing we're going to do is we're going to squat down and come back up. We're going to do 2 or 3 of our little squats, really pushing your bottom back and coming back up. And when you're feeling good with your squats, when you drop down, I want you to stay down and just bring up those heels, drop the heels, and coming up to stand again. So down, heels, down, and up. Good. So down, heels, and up. Now I should mention today, this is a live recorded session. I've got some lovely people with me on my live stream here. We've got Frederica, we've got Sean, we've got Jane, and we've got Maddie. So a big hello and welcome to you there. I also have 2 cats rampaging around, and it's summer holidays. So there are children in the house. So please excuse any noises or anything that's going on and just focus on me. It's all totally fine. This is all normal. This is real life. Good. So let's do a couple more here. Down, up, and rest. Okay, well done. So already you should feel that heart rate slightly raised, not an awful lot. This is not a cardio session, but of course you are going to be using your heart and lungs throughout this session as well. First thing we're going to do with our weights. So I'm going to choose my 3 kilos. So this is my more medium weight. And I'm going to come down onto the mat and I'm going to come into a staggered position, okay? You can come just onto your knees if you prefer, but I'm going to come into a staggered position just to enable me to use my core a little bit more. I'm going to bring my arms up, my elbows are at right angles, and I'm going to push one arm up and push the other. So this is a seesaw press. As you can see, one comes up and the other, okay? We're going to work to 10 reps on each side. So if you're ready to come with me, let's get those weights up. And remember, if you don't have weights, you can do this without. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So 1, 2, 3. So making sure that elbow doesn't drop. 4, 5, 6. We've already got a cat to come and sit with me. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Finishing off that movement before you drop the weights down. Now we're going to do that again, and we're going to change your leading leg if you were in a staggered position. If you weren't in a staggered position and you were just onto your knees, then that's fine. And of course, you can just do this from standing as well. It just gives you a little bit more of a core activation. We're just trying to get as many muscles. We're trying to get as many muscles into these exercises as possible, so it makes them really, really efficient. So we don't have to waste loads of time doing loads and loads of exercises. We can do it all as one. So time saving, that's what we're all about here. Okay, so other leg forwards. If you're doing a staggered position, get those elbows up, ready to push. Let's go. 1, 2. So nice and slow. 3, 4. We want those muscles to know that they're working. 5, 6. Well done, keep going. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Finishing off the movement, returning the weights back down. Well done. We're going to go back for that squat with the calf raise, so the heels are coming up. Okay, so this time I'm going to be turning my toes out because I want to get into that inner thigh as well a little bit more. If you don't want to do this as a sumo squat, so the toes turning out, you can just do this with the toes facing forward. So we're going to go for 10 of these squats with the calf raise, holding that calf raise for a couple of seconds, not longer. not shorter. Ready? Let's go down. So squat, hold, 1, 2, down, and raise. Good. Down, up, 1, 2, relax, and up. Good. Down, hold, and stand. Well done. So breathing all the way through. If you can't hold the calves, if you can't hold those heels up for all of this time, then don't worry, just do what you can, making sure you're really forcing that bottom back. I'm going to show you from the side. So down and up, down and up. Good. So let's go for 2 more. Well done. Don't worry if you're a bit wobbly. Still right at the beginning of this program. And up. Well done. Brilliant work. Excellent. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is, again, you can do this with or without weights. The first one I'm going to show you is going to be without weights, and you can load yourself up if you want to. We're going to get ourselves down onto the floor into a kneeling position. So nice and strong and straight into the midsection. This really does matter here. If you want to have weights, you're going to hold the weights down by the side, but just look in before you make your choice, okay? What we're going to do is I'm going to bring 1 foot forwards. I've tucked my toes at the back, and I'm just going to raise up. I'm going to come back down, foot goes back, and I'm going to swap, raise up, down, and back. Now this is a really great way as an introduction to lunges, but it's also a really great way of making sure that you're strong enough to get up off the floor without having to put your hands down. Okay, so if you feel that you need to hold on to something, then just have something nearby. Do this somewhere where you can grab onto a sofa or a coffee table or the back of a chair or something, and you can just hold on as you just come up. But eventually what you want to be able to get to is the fact that you can do this loaded with weights and just get up and down. So, are we ready? I'm going to show you this way this time. So we're going to go for 8 on each side. So into this kneeling position, check that that core is nice and tight, shoulders are rolled backwards, and let's go. So foot forwards, tuck the toes at the back, push up, slowly down, leg comes back, and let's swap. Up, down. Good. So remember, if you need to hold on to something, then you can. If you're holding on to weights, then they'll be down by your sides here. But I would recommend just really mastering this movement first before you load yourself up. Up, down. Good. Up, down. Well done. Good. Keep it going then, halfway through. So really keeping that chin away from chest. Think about the ears in line with the shoulders. And if it's feeling really hard, we're on number 5, sorry. Or number 5. So you can stop at 6, or you can stop wherever you want to. We're gonna go for 8 because that gives us a really good amount of time working through. So 2 more to go. And I'm already feeling the effect of just working through and holding these muscles in. My heart rate's coming up. I'm feeling pink in the cheek. 1 more. Down. 1 more on the other side. Up, down, and rest. Finish the one that you're on. Really well done if you managed to go through that. We're going to come back to that in just a moment. I'm just going to give you a little bit of time off from doing that. We're going to do something else and we're going to come back to it. Okay, so while we just rest from doing that, because it is quite intense, and if you are loaded up with weights as well, it is quite a tough exercise, we're just going to do one of our lovely, lovely, lovely bobs and weaves. So we're going to master this, and then we're going to take this a little bit further a little bit later on in the program as well. But this is an exercise that I absolutely love. So we're going to work on imagining you've got a pole or a bar here, and you're going to get yourself under that bar with a really straight back. So you're going to come under and come up to stand without knocking the bar off. So imagine limbo, you know, that kind of thing. That's what we're going to end up doing. So I'm going to start on my side. We're going to come under, up to stand, going back under again. So are you ready to go with me now? We're going to go for 30 seconds. Let's go. So under, up, under, and up. Now you do not have to break any speed records here. It's all about getting nice and low, trying to get yourself under that bar. Good. Well done. So I'm going to be recording a pull workout to accompany this push workout. Okay, so different sets of muscles are going to be being used, different kinds of dynamics going through. We'll also be doing a lift and carry workout. And these 4 movements, push, pull, lift and carry, are 4 movements, 2, 1, rest, are 4 movements that are really, really important to overall functional strength, and specifically for women 40 and over who are going into perimenopause and beyond. So these 4 movements, push, pull, lift, carry, are going to be really, really important so you can build that functional strength for the ultimate carryover from your exercise to your life. Okay, that's what we're doing here. We're building health, strength, life, vitality, all of that good stuff. We're going to go again for that bob and weave. Just going to give you a second or so to recover. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So get yourself under and up, under and up. And make sure that you are actively engaging those stomach muscles now. Hold in. Really working on those core muscles, keeping yourself upright, because what we don't want is to neglect these exercises here in the upper body, and then you're going to end up getting older, as we all do, and you'll get hunched over and you won't be able to do any reaching, lifting, pushing. Okay, so this is why we're training in this way today. 2, 1, and rest. Really, really well done. So imagine being in a bent over position and trying to reach something on a high shelf. Really difficult to do. Whereas if we are working on keeping those shoulders back in that good posture, that is going to be much easier to be able to do. It just means you have a better quality of life, which, you know, I'm all about that. I'm all about the quality of life. I'm grabbing my weights. We're going to go back down for that lunge progression. So that kneeling into that standing lunge position. Now, you do not have to load up with weights. Okay, I cannot say that enough times, but I'm just doing this to show you the variation of what you can do. So 8 on each side again. Get yourself into that kneeling position, holding in tight to those tummy muscles and keeping those shoulders back, especially if you have the weights. Are we ready to go? 3, 2, 1. So foot comes forwards, tuck those toes, pushing up nice and strong, down and back. If you are having trouble stabilizing, then don't use the weights, okay? Because they add an extra dimension here and they're trying to throw you off balance. They're also trying to get to the ground, and it's only you that's stopping them. So there's all sorts going on. Your body's making adjustments all over the shop. And sometimes the challenge is a little too great, so you just bring it back a step before you go again. Good. Keep it going then. Pushing up, down. So I'm trying to keep my foot facing forwards as I'm driving up. And of course, this exercise looks on the face of it like it's going to be really easy, but there is a lot of muscles working hard in unison to make this happen. And if you're finding it hard, that's okay. It's because it is hard. If you're finding it easy, then you are a super duper muscle woman. Well done. Let's go 1 more on each side then. Pushing up, down, push, up, down. Finish off the movement. Well done. Popping those weights away. Let's have a little lie down. Should we have a little lie down? Let's do that. Let's get down to the mat. Little lie down then. You've earned it. You deserve it. We're only halfway through. Don't get too carried away. We're going to push our legs out. So we're just going to recover slightly. I'm going to have my knees bent here, feet off the floor, and my feet really up. I've not got pointy toes. I'm going to imagine my feet are against a wall, and I'm going to push that wall away. I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to push that wall away. I'm going to push the wall really slowly and with a lot of force. Okay, so see what you can do here. If you need to, you can put your hands under your bottom, and that's going to be able to help you out here. So are you ready? Let's get going. We're going to go for 10 pushes. So push and return. Push and return. So think about pushing. And can you feel that in your tummy muscles as you really start to think about pushing something heavy? All of a sudden, your body starts to activate. Now you can lift your shoulders up off the floor if you want a little bit more into that core, as long as you are keeping a good gap between your chin and your chest. Now I don't know how many you've done. I also don't know how many I've done. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna do 2 more. I said about 10. Good job. And rest. Well done. We're gonna stay down in that position, but I'm gonna grab some weights. So we're gonna get the arms involved as well. Because you know, what's a bit of coordination between friends? Love a bit of coordination training on these sessions. Really helps the brain. Okay, you can train coordination. So if you think, I just don't know why I'm just so not coordinated, don't worry, I've got you. I've got you here. We're gonna do exactly the same thing with the legs. We're gonna push out and in. Now, if you've had your hands underneath your bottom and you don't think you can do this with the weights, just carry on with what you were doing before. That is absolutely fine, completely fine by me. But if you want to, you're holding your weights in an overhand grip position, so my palms are facing into my knees. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push out with the legs, bring them back in, then I'm gonna push up with the hands and come back down, okay? So I've got my elbows resting down onto the ground. So one more time to show you. Legs go out, they come back in. I'm gonna push up and back down, okay? We're gonna go for 10 of these. So are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So push with the legs, push with the hands. So I'm using my heavier weight. Push, push. So taking our time here, we are really not blistering through this, because what we want to achieve is what we call time under tension. So we want to make sure that those muscles know that they're working. If we use too much momentum and just speed through, they don't activate properly. Good. So count your reps. Make sure you're doing what's right for you. If you want to do 6, do 6. If you want to do 8, do 8. If you want to do around about 10 with me, it might be 9, it might be 11. If you're following me, then that's also fine. So just work to your level. I'm going to go for one more here. Up, down. So I'm going to push with those legs and push with those weights and rest. Really well done. We have gone over 15 minutes of this session now, so really well done. If this is you done, then that's great. Well done for sticking so far with me. If not, if you want more, there is more. Don't worry, there's more coming. Let's get up to our feet for our next exercise. Okay, the next thing we're going to be doing is we are going to revisit that bob and weave as promised, but it's going to be slightly different. So what we're going to do is we're going to work from the side of our workspace, and as we come down under, we're going to try and touch towards the end of your workspace or your mat, and then coming back up again. Okay, so we're going to come under, touch, that foot still on the floor. I'm distributing my weight over to this side, touching down and coming back. If you can't reach out, then just come touch down by the foot and come back up, okay? But really working in that underneath movement, okay? Really, really highly functional movement this. Picking stuff off the floor, reaching under the sofa for that bit of biscuit. You know, we all know what I'm talking about. Okay, are we ready to go? We're gonna go for 10 reps on this side, and then we're gonna switch sides. So, ready to go, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So reaching, touch, back up. So imagine that bar is there. Good, you don't want to knock it off. 3, good. So count your own reps. Do whatever feels good. This is really good to open up into the hips. Keep it going. Oh, I've got 3 more to go. So really scooping down, touch and grab, scooping up. Down, touch, up, up. And I've got one more. And rest. Good job. I'm going to go to the other end of my mat. I'm going to work in the other position. I'm just going to give myself a little time. When we've been working down and across, try not to hold your breath. Try and make sure you're breathing freely. And if you don't know when to breathe and it's all just getting a bit much, exhale on effort. So where it feels hard, push that breath out to release the pressure inside here. Okay, so just push the breath out. Take a good deep breath in through the nose and go again, okay? But do try and breathe freely if you can. It'll stop you getting dizzy. I don't want anyone fainting on my watch, all right? And if you do start to feel dizzy at any point, please do stop. That is my disclaimer to you. Ready? We're gonna go again. The pole hasn't moved. It's the same height as it was before. You're gonna touch down in that corner this time. Ready? Let's go. So under, touch, and stand. Touch. So really making sure that when you're coming back up to stand, you're engaging actively into those tummy muscles. Really good stretch out. And really make sure you're visualizing that pole that you're going underneath here. Good. Keep it going. So work with how many you want to go with. You're going to go 6, 8, 10, 9. Although why would you do an odd number? That's not normal. It might be for you. That bothers me. An odd number will bother me. Unless it's 3, in which case, no. I'm all right with 3s. And rest. Funny that. Strange. I don't know why. Anyway, enough about me and my randomness. We're going to do a lunge stamp next. So stamping and stomping is really, really good. That kind of sounds a bit like a children's thing. Stamping and stomping. It's really great for introducing some additional impact safely. So we don't have to go out running if you're not a runner, but you can add some increased impact to help with bone density. So stomping is really great for that. And we've got a couple of little stompy exercises today, and you can stomp as much or as little as you want to. And if you don't want to stomp and you feel like you don't want any of that in your life right now, then that's totally fine. You do not have to. I'm going to show you the first thing we're going to do. You're just going to step forwards, and then you're going to go back, but not make it, and stamp down. So stamp, stamp, stamp. Now the whole of my foot is stamping down there, not just my toes. If you're just going to stamp into your toes there, you're going to create a lot of tension into that calf, okay? So get that heel down as well, okay? Start on one side, choose a side, any side, as long as you can remember where you started, because we're going to swap. So 3, 2, 1, then go to step forwards, go to come back up, but you're not going to make it. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. Upper body's nice and strong. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then make it back up this time if you can. If not, get yourself down, push yourself back up. All good with me. Okay, we're going to switch sides. Ooh, got warm here all of a sudden. We're going to switch sides. Hands onto your hips if you want to. Hands onto your temples if you want to. Totally up to you where you want to do your hands. In front, behind, whatever. Ready to go. Go to step forwards. And let's go. 1, whole foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Okay, we're going to go again on the other side. How was that for you? You like that? How did they find it on the screen? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they feel about the stamping. It's hard. It feels hard, but it's over quickly. So every cloud has a silver lining. Gosh, it's warm today, isn't it, eh? Gang, it is hot here. We're going to get ready to go again. We're going to stamp 10 times on the first foot. Try this time to focus on power. Push that stamp, push that whole foot down into the ground whilst keeping your upper body really strong and straight. Ears in line with shoulders and shoulders relaxed. Ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Step forwards and let's go. Stamp. 2, big stomp. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Finish the one that you're on. Catch up if you need to. I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds. They're all done on the screen. They are with me, rep for rep today. Apologies about that because the counting is way off today. I blame the post-COVID brain. There's some kind of disconnect going on, so I can only apologise. Ready to go again on the other side. Step it forwards and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Really well done. That is quite impactful, but hopefully it felt safe to you. If you didn't feel like stamping, then of course, make any adjustments you need to make. I'm going to go in for my lighter weights now. Lighter weights, we are towards the end of this session now. You're doing really well. We've probably got another, I don't know, let's say 7 to 10 minutes to go. We'll see how we go with timings. We'll see how we go with our reps, shall we? What we're going to be doing here is in a bent over position, so I'm pushing my bottom out. Back is nice and straight with the shoulders back. So I'm not here. See the difference in the back here to here. Okay, so I'm pushing my chest out to create a straight back. Bottom back, knees are bent, but my knees are not over my toes. I'm going to have the weights together with a bend in the elbow. We're going to come out. We're going to push up, come back in, together. And then we're going to go to the other side. So out, up, back down, together. Okay, and that is 1. That is a lot. It's 4 movements in 1 rep. So there's a lot there going on there. Therefore, we're only going to do 8. Okay, a lot of time under tension here. So give it a little practice. See if you can get that movement down. Get into that bent over position and don't think that it's not quite right, because you should feel a bit like a duck. That's what you should feel like. Stick that bottom out. It's all right. No one's looking. It's okay. Get ready. Get those elbows in. Grip hands. Palms are facing each other. Ready to go? Let's do this. So out, push, together. Out, push, for 2. For 1. That's only 1. Down, in, out. Now that's what we call 2. There we go. Out, push. So no quicker than this. If you want to go slower, be my guest. Starting to bite into those legs yet? Or is it just me? Might just be me today. But we all feel it. Yeah, we're all working. Well done. I am sweating, I am hot, I'm working hard. And just because we're not jumping about, it doesn't mean we're not working hard. Push. Good. And make that 2 to go. And if you've had enough, you want to stop, just make sure you've done both sides equally and then stop. Legs. Back in, out, push, and come into the center, rest. Well done, everybody. Of course, you can do that without weights if you want to. I'm using my 2 kilos here. That's plenty heavy enough for me. Thank you very much. It's not about how much you can lift. It's about what you're doing what's right for you on any given day. So with that in mind, can you make it through the full amount of reps? It should feel harder for the last third than it does for the first 2/3. And if it does, well done on choosing the right weights. We're going to go again. You guessed it. We are going to go again. Get yourself ready. Get yourself into that sticking out duck butt position. Back really straight. That is key because we're going to be working through these muscles in our lower back as well. A lot of people worry about talking about the lower back, but you have muscles there and it's important to strengthen them. Otherwise you will continue to suffer with back pain if you don't strengthen your core, so your abs and your back muscles. So don't be afraid to work them. It's okay to work those muscles. Right, ready? Get yourself in that position. Let's go. Out, push, together, out, push, together. That's 1. Good. And 2. Well done. So remember that time under tension, don't rush it through. You should feel a little better on the second set rather, because your body knows what's happening. It knows what's expected of it. It knows how hard it's going to be. And that's normal. The brain likes to deal with things it knows about. It gets a bit freaky, freaks out if it doesn't know what's coming up. Good. Well done. I make that 2 more to go. Push it up. Good. Push. Make sure you're not jutting that head forwards. Push. This is your last one here. Bring it out. Push. Finish the one that you're on. And finish that movement and rest. Well done. Okay, I'm going to come towards the edge of my workspace here. Little tip for you. If you have runaway weights, just cross them over. Cross them over to stop them rolling around. That really helps. If you've got the weights with the flat bottoms, then you should be fine. Right, we're going to do a hand walkout, because what better way to do a press exercise without a press up than doing a hand walkout. So I'm onto the edge of my mat. I've got all my workspace in front of me. I'm going to use a straight leg to bend down for my hand walkout today, but you can squat down if you prefer. So either choose a squat or a straight leg, and we're going to go into a bridge position. We're just going to hold it here for 2 seconds, and then we're going to walk it back up and come up to stand, okay? If you want to squat it down to walk it out, make sure you're squatting, driving through the heels to come back up, okay? Choose whichever one you want. There is no right, there is no wrong. Ready to go. We're going to go for 8 reps if you can, or just do the same amount of time as me. Up to you. Ready? Let's go. Good. I know that there are some people joining me on the live today who will be crying tears of joy for doing this exercise. Or maybe not joy. But you know what? It's such a good exercise. It's important to do proper full body exercise, pushing yourself up off the floor. Again, so very functional. If you can support your own body weight, it's really going to help you out. Good. Keep it going then. I'm going to go for 2 more. Pushing down. So if you're keeping pace with me, we're doing 1 more. If you're keeping time with me, then you're on the last bit. Finish the one that you're on and rest. Good job. We're going to go through 1 more lot. I'm just going to give you a few moments to catch your breath. Again, breathing on this one is really, really important. Lots of people who I've worked with have experienced dizziness doing this exercise if they don't breathe properly. When we're holding into that bridge position, we're holding the muscular position, you're not holding your breath. That's really, really key. Quite often you'll say hold and people will automatically hold that breath, but don't do that. You need breath. You need that oxygen for life, okay? So really make sure that you're relaxed doing this as much as you can be. Obviously you need to be keeping those muscles going. We're ready. Have I talked enough? Are you going? Come on, let's just crack on with it. Okay, let's go. 8 more then. Down. I'm feeling giddy because it's the end of the school year. I'm feeling happy and a fear of trepidation at the same time. All the parents out there will know what I'm talking about. No wrestling to have to get the shoes and the uniform on in a certain time frame, yet those 6 weeks are yawning ahead of me. If you have children to occupy during the holidays, then do check out my little brain breaks for kids. They're really short and they can jump around and use their imagination and come on a little secret mission with me or take a trip to the zoo. Let's go 1 more. So get those on. Get them trying them out. Let me know how they found them. and rest. Because, you know, I make these videos for you and for your children, so do let me know. Okay, we're almost there. You're doing really well. We're gonna pick up our medium weights. If you only have one set of weights, pick up your weights. If you're not using weights, then just follow along. We're gonna come into a kneeling position. Okay, so just kneeling down. I'm not sitting back. I'm just into my kneeling position. And I'm gonna have my hands, my palms facing into my face. What I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna turn and then I'm gonna push. So I'm gonna show this to you from many angles in the hope that you'll be able to see. So I'm gonna show you from behind as well. So my palms are facing in, my elbows are up. I'm gonna turn, push, come back down and turn. That is 1. Okay, are you ready to come with me now? You have a little practice. Make sure you know what you're doing. We're gonna go for 8 of these and you're gonna be holding your elbows up the whole time. That is gonna be the challenge here. We're doing it on our knees, so you're gonna get more core activation, but if you're finding it too hard on your knees, please do stand or sit, that's fine. Ready? 3, 2, 1, palms facing into your face. Let's go. So turn, push, down, and return. Turn, push, down, return. So that's 2. Down. Good. Well done. So find a fixed point for your eye gaze, and that's going to help. Make sure that neck is not pushing forwards. We don't want any jutting chins here. Good. You feeling it now? If you're feeling it now, that's good. That means you've got the right weight. So we've got 1 more to go. Push, come on, well done. And return, lower those weights safely. Good job, finish the one that you're on. We're gonna do 1 more lot of those. The sweat is real today. We're gonna do 1 more lot of those and then we're nearly done. So just give yourself a second, give those arms a little shake out because it's quite punishing keeping them up and working into an overhead realm as well. That's really hard. Again, we don't tend to do a lot with overhead stuff. So the muscles tire out really, really quickly, really, really easily. But it's important to work them. So that's what we're doing. Are we ready to go? Are we ready to go again? 8 more of these little bad boys. Bringing those elbows up, palms into your face. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So turn, push, down and turn. Turn, push, down, turn. Now have a little think, if you can, about pulling in those tummy muscles nice and tight now. Pull in. Push. Can you feel them as you push up? Can you feel those tummy muscles really straining, really activating? Good. If you can't, don't worry. But if you can, it may just mean that you've got that greater feel for what's going on in your body. Good. You're counting your reps. We're going to go 1 more here. Turn, push, down and return. Well done. Last exercise, I'm going to just take 1 of my weights. So this is a 3 kilo, which is probably about right for this exercise. You want to go a little heavier, you can, or lighter. I'm going to hold the weight end on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my arms up over my head and I'm going to bring it down. So almost resting on the back of my shoulders here and then back up again. So down and up. Now all the movement here is in this part of my arm. I'm not really pushing this part of my arm back. I want to keep those as straight and as stable as possible. So we're working into the tricep here. We've already worked into the tricep today, so they may already feel tired. We're just going to finish them off with this little exercise. So are you ready to get moving with me? Arms come up overhead and let's go. So down and up, holding tight into that tummy. Good. If you can feel it in an uncomfortable way in your lower back, then you can do this seated or standing. Good. Well done. Give me 3 more reps. Well done. 1 more. and rest. Well done. We're going to change the complexion of this exercise once more before we finish, and you're actually going to hold that weight end on now. Okay, so we've proven that movement, your body knows what's happening in that movement, but now we're going to hold it end on. There's a lot of weight here that's unsupported by you, so you're going to feel that down into the triceps a little more. So you're going to have it coming up and coming down. So you're going to be able to get a greater depth as you're coming down, okay? So are you ready to go with me? We're going to go for 8. Bring that weight up and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So trying not to keep the chin jutted out. 5, head up as much as you can. 6, 7, are they burning? 8, finish off the movement and lower the weight safely. Really, really well done today. We're going to finish off really quickly onto all fours, and I just want you to really bring up your spine, arching up and rolling through, dipping that back down to a nice cat-cow to finish here. Scooping up, pull that belly button all the way up, drop the head and through. Can you feel that in your shoulders? Hopefully you can. Do as many or as few of these as you want to do, and thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this session as much as I did. Please do subscribe and like and comment and all that good stuff, and I literally can't wait to hear from you. Please take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.